Well, on a monthly basis, they do stuff on a monthly basis. I would think that you can make anywhere from $0 a day to and if things were really good, maybe $20 a day on a clip, or maybe a little less than that. But if you had a dozen of those going, it would be a sweet deal. But that's not easy to do. But that's what I'm working on. After I work with you on the phone here, I'm gonna make a new cat video.
Oh, awesome! That's very cool. So even with the huge volume of hits, it doesn't necessarily equal a huge amount of...
No, I mean, it might over the course of time. I mean, if you know... Oh, and then I also, you can sell, like on Zazzle, you sell T-shirts and mugs and mouse pads and aprons and everything with the cat images on it. And I do a lot of that, and that's really integrated into everybody's... That link is in everybody's everything. So there's a lot of people out there sort of giving me a little pitch for, buying a keyboard cat shirt. And so... if you were to add up the shirt revenue and the stuff from Google ads, you could, like, a poor guy could survive on it, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, your microphone just got all fuzzy again.
Uh-oh. How's that?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, it's better.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Yeah, so
I guess there's other things to consider from that. I mean, there is definitely money. And then there's people that call and get work for the cat. I mean, now she's doing little things online for a bunch of different companies in, here and Europe, or England. And so, it's just all sort of like, there's no one thing. You wish there was one song that would just make you rich forever, but there isn't. And you just keep on doing what you like, and it gets better and better. So at least now I like and get paid for it, whereas before I did what I hated and got paid for it.
Yeah, totally. That's really interesting. So you can pretty much just experiment. I mean, what you're doing is experimenting with all the different things that just really make you satisfied artistically and creatively, and then just seeing which ones of those catch. And some of them do catch, and some of them will become financially viable, and some of them will just become fun experiments.
Yeah, it really works. It's just like if some guy really was dreaming he was going to be a baseball player and make money, he probably could do it. You got to just keep doing it, and if it's stuff you like, you don't get tired of doing it.
Yeah, that's very cool. So it's, as far as what becomes viral on the internet, like your cat video obviously became viral on the web. But it's kind of, have you heard of the Black Swan theory? Where
no.
You don't know which swan is going to be a black swan when it grows up. I think that's how it goes. I might have it totally wrong. And so, some people, if people listen to this and can correct me, please email me. But I think the theory goes that the swans are born, but then sometimes a swan will become, it will turn black when it gets older. But you don't know which one it'll be until it happens, and there's no way to replicate it, and there's no way to know or predict it. It just happens that way. Yeah.
I can relate to that. It's sort of like wildflowers, or you plant things and you expect them to show up at a certain time in a certain place, and they might not. So you got to be open to a suggestion from the universe that a seed you planted 30 years ago may come up in the weirdest place at the weirdest time, but it still could.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's great. That's all great news for people who are just, who are creative and have that drive to do new, interesting things. That they can just try all that stuff out. I mean, even if people are working a day job and, trying to support themselves, I'm even doing it on the side, as much as possible, and exploring their passions and seeing what catches on can be really worth it, as it has been for the keyboard cat.
Yeah, I appreciate what you're saying. That really is the bottom line of what we're talking about, is that, everybody's got something in them. They got a seed. Like a radish seed knows how to be a radish without going to church or college or anything. And so we each got to have something in there that's what what we might be strong at. And so I think that the lesson is that even if you don't have to quit your job and do the thing you love 24 hours a day and get rid of your family. Just even, you know, try 10 minutes a day. Anything's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. I just recently started doing something like that because I play piano, and so I started putting up weekly piano improvisations online. I think I might have mentioned that to you when we talked on the phone.
You did. I think that's a great idea, because then your little system expects you to get something done, so you do.
Yeah, exactly. And so I've been just putting up a new one every week, and I've gotten, you know, I just literally recently started it over the past couple of weeks, but I've gotten, and there are like, I think 500 something people following me on Twitter now, and more people subscribing to the YouTube thing.
Plus, you're playing every day.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, because I think when you take that activity and even do it for a few minutes a day, ideally it would be all the time. I think, you know, whatever's your hobby should just be your life. If it's what you like, why do you save it for, you know, a half hour a week on Sunday or something? Just do it all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, one of my friends, Derek Sivers, you don't happen to know him, do you?
No.
He's the CD Baby guy. He founded CD Baby and then sold it to disc makers just recently. But one quote that he said that I love is how does it go again? I don't want to mess up the quote. It's love. Oh yeah, if you love your work, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah, if you do what you love, you never have to work.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's something like that.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I believe that when you do what you're supposed to be doing, even just for a little bit, it lubricates the wheel, and everything else goes a little smoother.
Yeah, which is really cool. So is that what you do all the time now? Is experiment and create and
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and you can see that on the website. It's just in a bunch of areas. I used to do a lot of advertising and marketing design and that kind of stuff, and I still do if people ask me, but my focus is on my own content now, you know, and connecting with kids. I teach, well, I don't teach, but I make art with lots of kids, and they paint.
That's very cool. It's very cool. So what other things have you done aside, like after the cat thing was, what, 2 years ago now?
Well, originally, no, it's way older than that, but all this hoopla has just started like 2 months ago. This is all brand new.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just instant. I mean, my website went from, you know, about 2 hits a year to about 8 million a day. It's just crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that is crazy.
But it shows you the power of that medium, and it doesn't, you know, like I say, I didn't have to take a meeting with a producer or a rep or an agent or anybody. I just did it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, well, other than have you done any other projects that are of note that aside from the nose thing? I mean, I'm sure you've done all sorts of projects, but and any other ones that have caught on, like the cat thing?
Well, not virally. I mean, if you look at my clips on YouTube, you'll see that now everything of mine is getting a lot of attention, whereas before it didn't. So everything I got is more popular now, which is great. So I guess sort of everything is going better, at least temporarily.